It's going to be some newer faces to the channel, but we're going to see them nonetheless. For Wahdooder, we're going to see Pickle Slaughter, Quantum Benz up against the WACK Esports boys we know and love, Epiphany and Sora. Off to the first kickoff, and already Quantum Benz a very strong shot deep into the blue end, and Epiphany to clear it to the wall. It's going to be back over. Pickle's already there trying to get ready, and he actually gets it off the backboard. Epiphany has to try to play this one, and it's just a boomer downfield. Quantum allows a little bit of a shot at goal, but is there in the end to start clearing it away anyway. Epiphany is here, meets up against Pickle in the midfield, and now Quantum has to try to find some way out of this, but Sora just keeps pressuring into that defensive end. They're trying their absolute best, but it seems like Sora's just staying in this end, but can't quite get anything. It's back over to Epiphany, who hits it mid, gets it over on net actually, but Quantum bends to save, and the shot from Epiphany is going to lead to a pass to Sora, and Sora will not miss. It's a very quick follow through, and you can just see sneaking it right under the defender there, and just no real way of knowing that's coming there on the defensive side. Wahdooder caught completely off guard. We're going to be seeing Esports, WACK Esports Army fighting their way back in. Sora already up, doesn't quite get the jump off the wall, but does fake out Quantum Benz, who does force up into the midfield. Pickle to follow, actually doesn't get the hit there, Sora, so going to be able to catch this ball, grab some boost, actually just barely beating out Sora to it, and they're going to be able to play this mid. A miss from Benz, not unexpected with 0 boost. But Epiphany just killing this ball slow. A bump. That's going to open up the goal for some slaughter. And it's going to be Epiphany bringing it through. Centers it up. Quantum takes control. Tries to do what he can with his limited boost. But he just can't clear that past the offense. So a very good read there from Sora, just to see that that touch isn't quite going to go out of the way in time, manages to get there, beats the dust, and gets a second goal on board, and we're barely 90 seconds in, only 75 in fact. You're going to see Sora playing this in the midfield. Pickle meets him, and is going to boom it over in front of the goal. Quantum sees this and knows that there's a very real chance for a booming goal, so ends up playing back a little bit. Sora, opposite side of the goal, going to have the ball bounce to him though. Pickle just watching him over towards mid, making sure nothing funny happens, but it's going off the top crossbar, and it's actually a miss there from Quantum Benz, but no follow through from Epiphany. It's over to Sora. Gets caught, but a bump there onto Quantum Benz by his own teammate is going to open up this counter attack. And it's going to be Epiphany trying to get this past, and he does. He gets it past one, gets it touched past a second, but Pickle manages to get himself in the way to deny. It's back to the wall. Quantum Benz seeing if he can beat out Epiphany, but the boost recovered, and he's back into the fight over in mid. It's a shot on, that's into the crossbar, and that's into the goal as it just rolls up the side of the wall, and there's nothing that Sora can do to try to deny that. I believe there was actually a bump onto Sora as well in the back line that kept him at that back post so long. But we're going to see the gap starting to close. We're almost at halftime, and the first goal on the board for Wahdooder. They finally are able to break out of this strong offense, but Sora just dribbles it in from the wall. What a great play from him. Sora, look at this absolute control. Just to follow it all the way through, and Pickle Slaughter, he just has no clue that that's going to be coming through. 2:46 left. And it's going to be a 2-goal lead regained once again, sitting 3-1, but that shot's on, has to be a save, and just narrowly past Pickle Slaughter. Epiphany's going to clear it away. Booming back up the midfield, it's over to the left wall, trying to see if he can fight out against anybody, and Pickle Slaughter, oh, tries to force a 50, but it's back to Benz. Back over in the midfield, trying to get a little creative, but Sora too smart, not going to allow it. It's a pass over into the midfield, and Epiphany's there. And the hat trick lead to jump ahead in the match. Oh, and geez, Crouton Dust in the chat. I usually don't try to break away from the game too often, but thank you for the subscription. I do appreciate that. Glad to know you're enjoying the content. But who's not enjoying the content right now is the Wahdooder side. It's a little unfortunate. They're just not able to do anything quite yet against this WACK Esports aggression. They're just so fast on the ball, cutting off absolutely every shot you can even see there. They try to get a rolling pass to the teammate. Sora gets in the way, dies for the trouble, but the ball's back in the orange end, and he is already alive and at it. Pickle Slaughter gets it past Sora and actually is looking to get an aerial play of his own. Quantum tries to come through for a demo. The demo doesn't connect, but the shot's not on. Sora tries to start getting this back up mid. Low boost on Pickle, low boost on Sora, and they're trying to fight this out. It's centered in front of the goal, and Quantum barely saving that. A backflip into the crossbar, but it's not enough to deny the aerial from Epiphany, and a 4-goal lead, and you gotta say, at what point do you just start looking at game 2, because things are not off to a very good start here from Wahdooder. We've seen flashes of brilliance, we've seen parts where they're managing just to sneak the ball past these defenders, but they just can't seem to find it deep enough into the blue end that they can get a consistent shot on goal. And that's just what these WACK Esports boys are so good at doing. Just denying the offense and opening up their own attacks. The best defense is a good offense, and Pickle Slaughter gonna prove that as he starts to close the gap. It's a forced 50 leading to a lobbing ball up mid, and look at this double touch, the car control, just to get it directly in front of where that ball is gonna bounce out. And a very beautiful shot there from Pickle Slaughter to try and give themselves a shot back into this game. The 4-goal lead's down to a 3-goal one, but the task no less daunting. Back up, having to try to fight off as Epiphany going for his own. It's a flip reset off the ball, but he can't get his car in the way. No boost, just doesn't have a way to get back into that. But a nice attempt, and it's good to see that they've got the confidence. I mean, they're up 5-2. It's definitely something they can afford to be doing. Sora is going to try to get back for the ball, but leaves it for Epiphany, who's got a much better clear. But unfortunately for Wahdooder, that's Epiphany just dribbling the ball all the way in. And he says, you know what? I wasn't able to get the flip reset. A little bit pissed about that. Why don't I just not let it touch the ground and get it in myself? The 4-goal lead regained, and with only 53 seconds to go, outside of a Herculean effort, it will be Wahdooder dropping game 1. But this is a good opportunity for them to try to just do a little bit of crazier stuff, try to get some shots on net that they normally wouldn't go for, and just try to get that confidence back. We know that these guys are strong players. They're 3-1 in IGL, something I can't even do. And that's very difficult for them to pull off. They have to try to overcome this offense, and just like that, Pickle showing that he can absolutely hit some shots. It's a hat trick for him here in game number 1, and he's definitely getting warmed up. What a nice little read off that clear. So 30 seconds to go. It's back to a 3-goal lead, but they're going to need a fast kickoff here, Wahdooder. And it is going to go somewhat their way. It's over to Quantum in mid, but he doesn't hit the connection. That's going to leave Epiphany with an open ball, and he might just get the 4-goal lead back. It's off the top crossbar. Nobody can quite clear it away, and finally Quantum taps it to the corner, but only 20 seconds, and even that's ticking down fast. So it looks like that will be game 1 going the way of WACK Esports Army, and what a strong showing to start off game 1 of what will certainly be a tough best of 5. But a good opener as they even get a 7th on the board just to clear it up. Jeez, just outplaying everybody, getting it past out everybody who they can. Crouton Dust in the chat saying, I had no clue there was such a difference between tier 5 and tier 4. These teams are crazy. Yeah, these guys are really good at the game. I mean, you can even see right there, the green tournament title. I think that means he won it twice. So 2 diamond tournaments, and I mean, this season, diamond is definitely nothing to scoff at. There's definitely a big increase in skill at the lower ranks this season. Everybody seeming to get caught below champ this season. But it's a strong start, and we will finally get that first point on the board because I forgot. But it is up 1-0. WACK Esports Army, a very strong first showing. Both players just looking so poised, hitting absolutely everything they go for. Most of those goals were very convincing. An air dribble, a flip reset attempt, double taps all over the place. It's going to be an intense one, but we're going to see if Wahdooder can try to fight back in. Their weakness right now is just opening up those booming goals. They're allowing too much space in the midfield where if Epiphany or Sora just hit a long booming shot, there's a very good chance they score. So if they can just tighten that up and keep trying to put the pressure on, it could work out. Pickle finally takes control, gets it over towards mid, but it's going to go back up the wall towards Quantum. Going back over. And it's going to bounce over into Sora. It's bouncing back down in front of the goal, and it's actually just a slow booming shot, and it's over. Just barely into the crossbar, but Quantum Benz, sorry, saves it anyway. Bouncing in front of the goal. Pickle forced to take a shot, and he does. Gets it over against Sora, and now trying to see if he can try to get this out. He does get a hit. That denies Quantum Benz the immediate aggression, and that's going to leave Epiphany with the ball. It's over to the corner. Trying to read this. Pickle doesn't quite get the touch, so now Quantum has to aggress. He's just able to lob it. Epiphany's already up. It's a double commit, though, and that's going to open up the goal. One of them has to get back. Pickle just booming it over in front of this goal, and there's no way for Sora to get back in time. Takes a little bit longer to show this time, but it's finally the orange team with the first goal. That's 57 seconds in. I mean, that mistake that I said Wahdooder's been making the whole time of just leaving themselves open to a booming goal. Seems like WACK Esports got a little bit overconfident, went for a little bit of a double commit they didn't expect, and they certainly didn't expect Quantum Benz to be so fast on the kickoff. Epiphany tries to force out something good, but it just goes deep into the end, and Quantum, fast on the follow-through, is there to secure himself a first goal and get Wahdooder up to a 2-0 lead going into the second minute. So WACK Esports Army definitely playing from behind. They need to try to fight back into this. It's over to the wall. Pickle to fall back. It's over to the wall, and they're just booming it downfield. Sora gets it in the corner. Starting to try to play it out and actually going to be given the space to work with. Quantum does get a touch on ball, but it's over in front of the goal, and they just can't read Sora's flick, and he gets it directly past Pickle. Can't quite understand. Let's take one more look at it. He gets a flick, and you can see Pickle was just reversing a little bit, trying to get a better position in goal. Gets caught off guard by that sudden flick and just isn't able to adjust in time. So the gap's starting to close. Pickle there just in time to deny a kickoff. And it's going to be back to the corner. Sora pressuring. It's over in front of the goal, but full boost going to allow Pickle to travel this upfield. It's met by Epiphany. It's going to actually be bouncing back down towards the goal, and a little bit of a fake to set up Quantum. Bouncing mid. Bouncing over to the wall. Pickle to try to follow this up. Does get a touch out, but that ends up centering it towards his own goal, and Sora is just going to take full advantage of that. And a rare mistake coming out from Pickle Slaughter. I guess he just thought that his teammate would be there, but Quantum ends up going for the boost along the left wall, and that's going to allow an equalizing goal here from WACK Esports Army. It takes a minute to get a 2-goal lead, and takes 45 seconds for WACK Esports to equalize it. And Wahdooder, they gotta be feeling a little crestfallen there. I mean, they got so close to just having an overwhelming lead straight from the start, but the follow-through, it just seems like WACK Esports, they allow these mistakes to come through, and it's just like water off the back. They just don't allow themselves to keep thinking about it, and Sora comes through for a hat-trick goal to show that they certainly have forgotten the mistakes of the past, as it's just one after another. And honestly, Pickle kind of setting up the same mistake he made the last time. Just centers it directly over, and Quantum's just not there to try to play it. Not sure exactly. Maybe he was trying to go for an aerial shot and just the car got a little bit away from him, but it's very unfortunate. Sora, though, what's unfortunate, not able to hit that touch. He is, though, already on this follow-through, and that would have been a phenomenal shot. Epiphany, a beautiful booming pass, but just not quite there, and honestly, we didn't really expect him to be. So it's impressive that he got so close, Sora. And the demo onto Quantum, that's going to leave just Pickle here in the back line. It's met by Sora. And Epiphany is the last man back, has to try to play this, catches the ball, gets it over towards the wall, and now seeing if he could set up Sora, but notices the fast pressure, and Pickle Slaughter's going to force out a demo as well. That centers the ball. That's back over to Quantum Benz. It's back to the right wall, and a pinch out. Gets it into the corner, and a touch over. That sets up Pickle Slaughter, but Pickle not able to connect onto that extra touch, so it's back to Quantum. Back in the midfield. Epiphany to retake. It's going into the corner, and it's actually met there by a blue side defender. It's going to open up Pickle in the midfield. Bouncing down mid, and Pickle Slaughter, a large, just a lobbing shot directly into the gap, but nobody allowing them to score it here on the WACK Esports side. 100 seconds to go. Pickle tries to follow that one through with an aerial play, but isn't quite able to get the connection. Epiphany, back to the corner. It's bouncing mid. It's to Sora, who can't quite get it on net. It's met in the 50, and it's back to the wall. A back and forth affair, but only 80 seconds left to equalize this. for Wahdooder, and they just can't deny that one. 80 seconds, and once again, WACK Esports Army pulling even further into the lead. It's just, again, one of those situations, a booming goal allowed, and they just don't seem to be meshing too well with Wahdooder. We know that they can connect, and we know they can hit the shots, but it seems like their team play, they just seem a little bit rattled. You can see multiple times Pickle going for a pass to Quantum, and Quantum's just not there, or Quantum being forced to play something in the back line and nobody able to follow him through. Pickle does notice that this attack's coming through, goes up to the wall, gets a very nice touch to center it in front of the goal, but just like that, Quantum's over-aggressed, and no boost there from Pickle. There's just no way they can deny that. And once again, with only 58 seconds to go, a hat-trick lead for WACK Esports Army, and what looked to be a competitive game is just them running away yet again. Time and time again, we're shown that these Wahdooder boys can put shots on net. They can hit these mechanically difficult shots. It just seems like the team play isn't working out for them, and that one's so close, Pickle Slaughter, but not allowed to hit it on, and Sora there to deny a second shot from the teammate. Quantum not allowed to get anything on, and once again it's boomed downfield. Sora, almost redirects it straight into the goal and barely saved away, but 30 seconds. They still need to get the first of 3 to try and tie this series up, but they just can't seem to do it. They just can't seem to get a ball deep enough into that blue end. And now traveling this back upfield, Pickle flicks it past one, but there's already 2 defenders on it and the ball's not even on. Finally, the roller comes through. And Quantum Benz gets his second of the game, second of the match, but if they want a chance here, it's going to have to be a fast kickoff. So here we go, 3 seconds until we find out who will be taking this kickoff. It's actually going to go into the blue end. That opens up a possibility. It's pinched over mid, but Epiphany gets it away, and that's going to be it. I think that's even a goal if Epiphany even wants it, and he does. So it's going to be a 6-3 scoreline. Epiphany showing that, you know, they don't really need one to get themselves back into this game. They're feeling pretty dominant. They can do it with just the strats in the book. No insight needed. So 2 seconds to go, and that will be doing it. Sora with 4 goals in this game. Epiphany at 2, but you can't even tell who is the main person for this team, because they're both just so capable. Let's look over at chat for a second. We got Boomer Bird, seducing casting voice. You're too kind, my friend. Crouton Dust gonna get going. Well, hope you enjoyed so far. Hopefully you'll come back later to see who wins. It's looking like WACK Esports in the lead right now. We've seen flashes of brilliance, though. You can absolutely see that there's definitely chances for Wahdooder to fight back in, but it's just so difficult when it seems like at every turn there's just a line being left open that WACK Esports is perfectly able to capitalize on. Are these diamonds? I do believe so. I believe tier 4 is D3 to C1, so they might be champ 1s, which wouldn't be too unbelievable, especially considering he's won 2 diamond tournaments. But yeah, definitely they are playing pretty good Rocket League. It's just that Wahdooder side opening up a few too many boomers, but if they can just try to figure out what's going on and try to figure out how to keep somebody in front of that goal line, they should be looking pretty good to take at least a game. But Epiphany going to be looking to try to shut that down. We'll be meeting against Quantum in the kickoff for game 3. And off the bat, a demo. Epiphany already killing Pickle, and Sora does get the ball. Has to delay a second, though, and that's going to allow, actually, Pickle to start to come back in, but Epiphany just killing him again. There's just no time to stay alive here, and Pickle already forced here into a save. He does make it, and it's a center all ready for Epiphany. He gets a shot on goal, and it has to be a save that's just not there. And what an unfortunate little situation for Pickle. The man spawns into the kickoff, gets demoed immediately, respawns, tries to help his teammate, gets demoed again, and at that point, I mean, he's so low on boost by the second demo, how is he supposed to be getting up in front of every ball to get the save? So it's a 1-goal lead yet again in very convincing fashion. Some nice demos from Epiphany to really open it up. And now It's going to be a shot towards net. Pickle forced to save. It's back to the corner. Sora meets him in a 50, and it's back to the corner. Right over in front of the goal. Rolling along the wall, and it's going to pinch towards mid. It's going to be to Sora. Quantum actually meets him, and it's off the corner. Off the wall, sorry. Trying to get it into the corner of the goal, but oh, the bump! And the bump secures it. And I was about to say it's an easy save to make there, Pickle Slaughter, but it just seems like his nightmare will not end. Neither of these WACK Esports Army players are allowing him to spend more than 10 seconds alive. He gets bumped out of the way, doesn't quite die there, but I'd say after that goal goes in, he died a little bit inside, so it counts as a death. Twitch chat. It's gonna bounce down towards mid, and almost a shot just to quickly capitalize. Sora's so fast, but it's back to the corner. Back over, and it's a quick pinch. A very risky little play, but it does work out, I say. But Sora comes through, and what the hell is that? He just takes it out of the corner, dribbles it in the air along the goal line, and sinks it straight over that line. And you can tell these guys want to be 5-1 in IGL. Hell, they want to win the whole thing, as they're looking to dominate Wahdooder in this final game. Unless they can find something to fight back. It's over to the corner. Epiphany gets a boost. That leaves Quantum at 0 on the wall. It's going to open up Sora to a pass. Epiphany actually doesn't seem like he wants to push it. It's going to allow Sora to come back in and fight. It's a forced lob that's going to be cleared. And Quantum finally getting a shot towards goal. And the follow through is there from Pickle Slaughter. You thought for a second it was going to bounce out, but it goes straight into that goal along the line in a fast play. Finally what they need here from Wahdooder to try to fight their way back into this match. 2 more needed, but they've got 3 minutes to do it. 200 seconds on the board for these guys to try to find 2 more. But Sora definitely trying to find some more himself. It's already a fight, and it's already a win. It's over into the midfield. Pickle is there fast, but it's back to the corner. Epiphany seeing if he can follow this up. It's going to bounce mid. Sora meets him, and it's 1 out towards mid. A follow through, a double commit actually. And that opens up a slight chance of weakness. A slight little crack in the WACK Esports Army wall. And it's going to be capitalized on. Pickle Slaughter saying, you know what? I'd also like a shot at winning IGL Fall 2020, so let me just do it all myself. Gets it past one in a very beautiful little dribble sequence. Gets it straight into the middle of the net, and now 20 seconds till halftime, and it's within 1. An early 3-0 lead, not being allowed to stay for too long. Quantum winning out that one as well. This could be the equalizer right now. It's past 1. It's over mid, but Epiphany meets it. Pickle to kill it. It's just going to lob up. That's not really phenomenal for them, but Sora doesn't end up following that. That opens up a boomer, and I think that's just in. And what the hell was that, WACK Esports Army? I'm just confused at what the plan was. It seems like Sora wanted to go for it and then either missed the turn or just thought that Epiphany wanted to come in or something, but they leave the ball in mid with just absolutely nobody back. And Wahdooder's going to say, yes, sir, thank you, please, as we equalize the game at 3-3 going into halftime. The first start of the first half was all the WACK Esports show, and now it's seeming to become again as Sora beats it directly over that defender. And obviously we were going to say that Pickle Slaughter, that man you just saw, has been so instrumental in working to get themselves back into the game. You can't downplay Quantum Benz at least, but it's definitely trying to, they are definitely trying to get some passing plays going, and it's just difficult when you have these members so deep into your end that you can't get the ball away. Sora going to try to capitalize with a goal off of his teammate's dead corpse. You're going to see Pickle Slaughter tries to actually win out against him, but somehow the 50 goes his way. And Quantum Ben's forced to make a save. He does. And Epiphany trying to get a little cheeky would be so close. But it's going to be Pickle in the corner. Beats it to the wall. It's over off the ceiling, and it's going to get met there by Sora. He gets it down mid. It's over to Epiphany. It's back in the corner. Sora tries to follow it through. Almost gets a double touch in. And it's going to be from across the court. Epiphany feeling confident. Pickle Slaughter just barely missing the goal there. But it's still going to be a 1-goal lead for the blue side. Has to be an equalizer still. 90 seconds. It is looking difficult They looked so strong at the second end of the first half, but they have to try and get one more. And it is difficult, but he gets it past one. Epiphany's there in time to deny, but it's a follow-through. But Epiphany's there in time again. The guardian angel for WACK Esports, not allowing anything through. Pickle tries to make something work, but with 0 boost, what can he do? Quantum tries to make his own play happen. It's off the backboard. Epiphany to try to clear this away. Doesn't get the touch. It's going to be Sora in the goal. It's a 1v1, forced to the corner. 52 seconds. Back over into the corner and touched off of it. It's going to open up a shot. Epiphany forced to save again, and of course he's going to make it as Sora booms it downfield, forcing a save out of Pickle. 4-3. 40 seconds. It still has to be a goal on board here. And Epiphany, I wasn't talking to you, but he decides to get one anyway. 36 seconds and the 2-goal lead regained, and just more domination being shown. It seems like every game they just want to give Wahdooder some sort of a chance to fight back and then rip it away. They're sadists over there on the WACK Esports side, and they're looking to capitalize with even more. Sora straight off the goal, already going up to the backboard, tries to follow through, and it's a close save, but it's a save nonetheless. Quantum clears it. It's killed towards the orange wall, but Epiphany regains possession. This is so difficult. What does Pickle Slaughter do here? And he's just going to allow the time to kill. What else can he do? 15 seconds, 14. The time continuing to tick as they need to get this ball into the goal. It's finally a center, but Pickle Slaughter, he has to try to make something happen, and Epiphany doesn't even have to drive straight to save it to get a 6th goal on board for WACK Esports Army. A hat trick for both of these players, and a well-deserved 5th IGL win with a 3-0 sweep. There is just no possible way for Wahdooder to get themselves back into this, even if they can pull off this goal, which doesn't look like they're even going to be allowed that. So a game that I'd like to say was close, but ultimately it was Wahdooder putting some nice shots on, but absolute domination from WACK Esports Army, and a well-earned win for Sora and Epiphany, some channel favorites.